It's Tick, and welcome to Tick Time. Today, we're going to be talking about balls. Roll the intro. Welcome. Tick Time. Well, I lied. We're actually talking about ball, not balls. And the ball specifically we're talking about is the oddball MIDI controller. Now, if you know anything about me, you know that I like my balls and my spheres and my round objects. And the reason I call them rounds now is because how many ball jokes can a man hear in one lifetime? That's all I have to say about that. The odd MIDI ball controller is something that I've been wanting for a long time, probably a decade or two. I actually have in my background this ball right here. It was one of the prototypes that I was working on to make this type of ball. Now, you're probably wondering, well, what does a MIDI controller oddball do? Well, when I got it at Christmas, it didn't do a lot. It was designed for bounce jugglers. So literally, when it would bounce, it would do something. That's not real useful for me. As a flow of the round artist, sphere player, contact juggler, I need this to move and do things. So I reached out to the company and said, all I can do is bounce it. I can just tap on it. And they said, wait a minute, we've got more coming out. And I said, wait, you have more coming out? When? They said, the future. And so I'm here today to tell you the future is now. And we're going to be going over the oddball today. I'm going to be showing you some stuff that I was able to do. And no more intros to roll. Let's roll to Resolume real quick. Resolume is the program that we will be using to demonstrate these features, as well as vMix. And all of this is tied together like glue using central control. Now, if you'll notice, you'll see words on the screen. I set up a second camera today because I knew I would need it. So you can see the words on the screen. One of them is tap, shake. Of course, these two weren't on the screen to start, as well as twist flip. Being out of sync isn't going to kill me. I can still show you what's going on. The words from vMix, the words that you see on screen are vMix. The image that you see on screen is actually Resolume. That is Resolume. I have 3 images in a single column in Resolume, 3 clips, and each clip has a different graphic or a different effect on it. Sort of like in Photoshop, you can add and subtract and do different dissolve and things for the layers of an image. Now, when I tap on it, you can see the image comes on and off the screen. Now, when I shake it, tap came on too. When I shake it, tap. When I shake it, that's a second image. And then, last but not least, shake, is the twist flip. I found the easiest way to do the twist flip is to do what's called a thumb hold, and then you do the twist. And it does take a split second for it to pop up on screen. Now, all 3 of these movements can be done with one hand. It just takes a little bit of practice, something that I've done once in a while, practice. And so what I do is twist, tap, tap, and then, of course, shake. And there's all 3 images on screen at once. Now, you're probably wondering, yeah, that's a hot mess. You would be correct. It is a hot mess. It wasn't designed to be an amazing image. It was designed to demonstrate what's going on here. Now, what's interesting is there's 3 other things on the screen that you've probably seen moving, which are rotate, twist, steady rise and fall, and constant rise. These are names that I gave it. I was trying to understand how they worked, so these are the names that I gave them. And as time goes on, I may change the names to make it easier to understand what's going on. Now, you can see that as I'm moving, things happen on screen, but it's just basically going on and off and on and off and off and on and on and off. That's all that's happening. So what we're going to do next is we're going to go into on. All 3 are on now. But what I'm going to do is we're now going to go into each of the specific things, the rotate, the twist, the steady rise and fall, and also the constant. First thing I need to do is clear out what's already there. So let's go to constant. Now that's cleared. I'm going to go to the steady rise and fall. That one's cleared. And then rotate twist. Now that one's cleared. Now, they're all cleared. I can turn these on and off, and they're dark right now because they don't have any information going on. And you will understand what I mean by information going on in just 2 seconds. I will put the first one on, which is the most reactive, which is rotate and twist. Don't breathe hard, because if you breathe hard, something's going to happen. See how little movement I have and something's happening on screen? Now, as you move, very reactive, almost too reactive, if you ask me. I am trying to figure out how to dampen it, but I don't have to use that one. I have this one, which is the slow rise and fall, which is slower in the reaction, but it comes up a lot quicker. And then last but not least is the constant rise with what I call the sudden fall. The constant rise is interesting because as I roll forward, you'll slowly see it come on screen. Now, one of the things I find interesting is that it comes in notches. I think it has something to do with the number, what they would call in computer science, the bit depth, because it comes in like gradual steps. And as long as I keep moving forward or moving backwards, it doesn't matter the direction. As long as I'm moving, it will continue to go all the way up until it finally reaches the tippity top, and it will eventually stop. And if I stop, it'll fall away. There's no way to latch it back on again. I haven't figured that out yet, at least. If I was to roll forward and say I wanted it to stop somewhere, like say here, and I stop moving, as soon as I stop moving and it goes back down, I can't grab it and keep it going forward. Now what we're going to do is use what I call it the break. What I've done is when you are moving the oddball, it will do things. And then if I hit the brake, it'll stop it wherever I move it. So it's easier to show you. You'll understand once I show it to you. So this is constant rise and fall. So I'm just going to roll it forward for a little bit and then hit the brake button. See how it stops? Now, if I was to turn it back on again, it would drop immediately because there's no data going to it. I stopped moving. So let me get this one a little bit larger than the screen. Takes a couple seconds to get it there. Once it gets a little bit larger than the screen, I'll hit the brake. Now, the second one I'm going to do is the rise and fall, the steady rise and fall. And so with the steady rise and fall, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to break it. I almost broke it at the exact same point. That's ridiculous. I couldn't do that again if I tried. I'll throw it onto the Resolume, just the full screen, and you'll see what I'm talking about. That's actually 2 images, one on top of the other. Yeah, unbelievable. Crazy. Can't believe that I got it that close, but that's the way it is. So now we're going to be doing the first one. Now, the first one is the one that literally you breathe on it and it goes crazy. See how fast that is? And what I've noticed about this is rotation seems to be more important for this one. So if you were to do a rotation like this, it actually is more reactive than if you were to do just a straightforward roll. The straightforward roll makes it more jerky. And that's why I called this one the rotate and twist. Rotate and twist. And then I can obviously hit the brake on that. Oh, let me see if I can do that one more time. Rotate and twist and brake. And what you saw right there is I actually was in the brake. And on the brake, I have the ability to turn them on and off. So that's basically what happened there, is that I was turning them on and off without knowing it. Shake, twist, twist, tap. All off. Tap on, twist on, shake on. So all 3 have been mapped to the 3 clips. They turn on and they turn off. And unfortunately, I need to program another button so that I don't accidentally change things when I don't want to change them. Because right now, if I was to tap it or twist it or roll it or move it or throw it. Now you see the throw works. It's just I have a bad space for the throw, so I don't use it. So that's been a quick tour of the Oddball. My name is Tick. Thanks for stopping by Tick Time and checking this out. If you're interested in a more deep dive behind the scenes, I'll be doing that as well to show you exactly how I get MIDI from here into my computer, into central control, into vMix, into Resolume, and making it all work. For now, this has just been a real quick tour of the Oddball. My name is Tick. Have an amazing day. See what we can make happen. Whoosh sounds are optional, obviously.